Hello, everyone, and welcome to Temple of Games. I am your host, Timothy Harper, and I am here to give my predictions for the next installment of the Mario Kart series on the NX. Mario Kart 7 and 8 had some crazy tracks and visuals were stunning, but the rosters were severely lacking compared to previous games in the series. I mean, do we really need Metal Mario? Just make him a skin for the original Mario and save the character spot for somebody else. Well, I have a total of 34 playable characters on my prediction list because I think Nintendo has realized that the last two Mario Kart games lacked a roster and fans made their voices heard. So, without further ado, let's dwell on some of the characters that I feel are guaranteed to be in the next game of Mario Kart. So let's begin with the staples of this industry that will most likely always be in a Mario Kart game from now on. These guys are always in a Mario Kart game. Obviously, we got Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Rosalita, Bowser, Wario, Waluigi, Yoshi, Donkey Kong, Toad, Toadette, Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, Baby Peach, Baby Daisy, Shy Guy, Koopa Troopa, Latiku, and Dry Bowser. Now, I know the babies are going to make some people mad, but I feel they are very different compared to the original character models. They are very much part of the lightweight class of racers, so I include them into it. Plus, Nintendo will not get rid of them, as the babies have been in the series since Mario Kart Double Dash, and I really want another Baby Park racetrack because I love that track. It was so chaotic racing on that track, and it was expired by the babies, so... And I can't deny them in the entry of the Mario Kart series. And everyone else seems pretty self-explanatory from the list, as most have become staples of the series. And I'm not 95% sure they will be in the game. Now, the next group of characters are a bunch of new faces and returning faces from the Mario series. So let's first talk about all the returning faces that will be brought back for the next installment. First up is the very key person that needs to be in this game, and that's Bowser Jr. I never understood as to why they did not include him in Mario Kart 8, but included the rest of the Koopalings. It just seemed like a severe oversight on the part of Nintendo, and I just, to this day, I don't understand why they just put Bowser Jr., because he's the main Koopaling. We all know that Bowser Jr. is the leader of the Koopalings. It's just fact. So to fix this problem, they should do something similar to what they did in Super Smash Bros., where they make Bowser Jr. the original character, but have the Koopalings as a character skin for the Bowser Jr. character model. That way you can bring all the Koopalings back and keep Bowser Jr. as a forefront. That way you don't take up multiple character spots like they did in Mario Kart 8. Next is the funny little monkey called Diddy Kong. I love this little monkey. I mean, for him not being last game was a tragedy, in my opinion, because if Nintendo will not create a new Diddy Kong racing game, which you should, Nintendo, then you need to make him a character in your only Nintendo racing game in your library. I mean, it's kind of funny to think that Mario Kart is really the only Nintendo racing game for the company. I mean, used to have F-Zero, used to have Diddy Kong Racing, used to have, and it was Mario Kart, but now it's just plain old Mario Kart, and it's very sad to me that Mario Kart is the only franchise, and Diddy Kong Racing was a fun game, a very good alternative to Mario Kart. So I would put Diddy Kong in this game. After all, he's a staple to the Donkey Kong series, and would be a great addition to the series. Now, same also goes for another character from the Yoshi series, Birdo, as she needs to be included to give spotlight to some of the most beloved characters from the Mario series. And whenever I see Birdo, I think Yoshi. And they were a great tag team in Double Dash series. And I just think it was another severe oversight they did not include Birdo and Diddy Kong in this game. So speaking of the beloved characters from the Mario series that need to come back, these two characters were also beloved in the Double Dash series, and they are two great villains, King Boo and Petey Piranha. The Mario roster has been severely lacking in the villains department. So why not bring these two characters back? They're both very much fan favorites from the Double Dash series, and it would just boost the villains department a little bit more, give a little more variety to the characters, as Petey Piranha and King Boo were both heavy hitters in Double Dash. They can be that in the next Mario Kart series game. So now to flesh out the female department, because I feel like the female department is kind of lacking also, because you only got a couple babies and Peach, Daisy, and Rosalina, which you need a couple more characters in here. And what other character to bring back but Dixie Kong? She was a beloved character in the Donkey Kong series and was in Mario Kart Wii, so it's really not absurd to believe or want her back in the installment. So I would bring back Dixie Kong because she could be a little bit different than Diddy Kong, or even have a different type of quirk to her. I would love to see Dixie Kong return back into the game. So Nintendo, bring her back. And as for the last returning character, he has been very hot in a different series called the Super Smash Bros. Series, and he was also a racer in Mario Kart before he was in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and that's Rob. I mean, this character was in Mario Kart before Smash, and he is bigger in Smash than he's ever been, so I would include him because he is hot in Super Smash Bros., and it would bring a great cross-promotion between the series, that, hey, some characters from the Super Smash Bros. Series can be in this Mario Kart series as well, and it would just be great all around. So those are all the characters that have been in previous Mario Kart games that should be brought back into Mario Kart 9, and as they will show a great diversity game, but as a new installment comes, new characters need to be added that have never been in the game before. So I picked 7 characters that should be included. First up is from the Luigi Mansion series, and that's Professor Egad. They were going to put him in Mario Kart 8, but they scrapped him for some odd reason. I can't quite recall as to why they didn't put him in, but having this guy is just a necessity at this point. It's a very different type of character. I mean, he could have a special ability when he vacuums up his opponents. It would make sense to bring Professor Egad back into the series and have him as a racer. Maybe he's running on a vacuum cleaner. There's so many things he could do that would just make a great sense for him to be a racer in the game. Now, the next character is from the Donkey Kong series as well, and fans have been dying, and I mean dying, for him to be included in the Super Smash Bros. Series. And if Nintendo will not include him there, they should include him in the Mario Kart series. And that is none other than the big bad gator himself, King K. Rool. Not only would this be a great choice as a heavyweight character for the game, he would yet be another villain included into the series and just flesh out the roster a little bit more. Now, the next character is Princess Peach's right-hand man, and that's none other than Toadsworth. He has only ever been prominent in one game, which was Super Mario Sunshine on the Nintendo GameCube. But let's face it, he's a very quirky, fun character that a lot of people have fallen in love with. I personally loved him. I loved his character model. He was very great. I think he's perfect for racing. Yes, he is almost like a Toad, but there's many things you could do with him that would be great. And I would love to see this old Toad get some loving in Mario Kart 9. Now, the next racer has its own game on the Wii U, which took everyone by surprise, and it's none other than Captain Toad himself. Now, before you get that, yes, I get people are going to say he's a copy from Toad, but he could play very differently from Toad. He could have his own Mario Kart, like a mining cart that he could ride in, and you could enter dark places. Maybe instead of headlights on his cart, it's actually his headlamp. There's a lot what he can do. And just like Rosalina and Professor Egad, it'd be nice to see some character in different series get some cross-promotion in Mario Kart 9, and I really would love to see Captain Toad in the game. Now, the last 3 characters are probably the most out there characters I've included in this list, but I think they really deserve a spot on the rosters because they're so diverse and they're not really big characters, and it'd be very different to see it. And people love to see characters that don't always get the spotlight in games, like Rob or Game & Watch. I mean, remember, Game & Watch got into Super Smash Bros. Melee, and he went bonkers and became popular and has been in the game series ever since. So the 3 racers are Big Top, Nabbit, and from the Mario RPG game, that's none other than Geno. Now, these last 3 are probably the biggest long shots. I cannot deny that. They're probably the biggest long shots in the next Mario Kart game. But just imagine the announcement of these characters being put out there and on the internet, fans going bananas for Geno alone. Plus, Nabbit and Big Top would be cool characters as they deserve some love from the Mario series, and they really haven't had that kind of lately. And it could be cool to have Nabbit pull items from his bag, or Big Top pull from his hat. Could be a great animation to see. There's just so much that could be done with these characters, and I really think that Nintendo needs to do it for these characters. But overall, the Mario Kart series is a great casual racing game from Nintendo, and I'm excited for the next installment. Nintendo, you know you're backed into a corner, and that's when you guys create some of your great masterpieces. Mario Kart 8 was one of those such masterpieces for the Wii U. Just get the roster right. That's all I'm asking, is get the roster right for the next installment, and you will have a definite classic on your hands. So, for more predictions, Mario Kart 9 news, and for everything else gaming, stay right here for Temple Games. And as always, remember to play the game. Alright guys,